For 4 long years, there has been one phrase that has haunted every single pioneer. One phrase that has caused more frustration, more anger, and more doubt than anything else in this entire project. Pending KYC. Millions of you have been stuck in that dreaded status. You did everything right. You submitted your documents. You followed every single instruction perfectly. And then, silence. For months. For years. Just endless waiting. The skeptics laughed at us. They said Pi was broken. They said the core team didn't know what they were doing. They called it a scam. They said you would never get your coins because the KYC system was a complete failure and the team had abandoned the project. Today, I am here to tell you that the wait is officially over. The skeptics were wrong again. Dead wrong. While you were staring at that pending status, feeling forgotten, feeling ignored, Dr. Nicholas wasn't sitting idle. He wasn't ignoring your messages. He was building something in secret, a weapon, an artificial intelligence system designed for one single purpose: to demolish the KYC backlog and open the floodgates to Mainnet. Yesterday, December 5th, they pulled the trigger. The AI integration went live. The results are already shocking people across the entire network. Today, we are breaking down exactly what this means for your account, how fast you will finally get migrated to Mainnet, and why this is the final, massive green light that proves open Mainnet is closer than anyone realizes. But first, you need to understand just how bad this nightmare really was and what it actually took to fix it. Hello again, Pi Network Pioneers. I'm your host, Nathan. Before we dive deep into our video, let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. So let's dive right in. And before we dive deep into this, let's just take a moment to breathe a sigh of relief. If you were one of the millions of people who have been stuck waiting for standard KYC approval, or if you've just been sitting there forever hoping a human validator would look at your application, your nightmare just ended. Right now, today. The core team has officially confirmed that they have integrated advanced AI technology into the standard KYC process. This isn't some future promise. This isn't something they're planning to test next year. This is live, right now, in your app. Before this happened, your application was sitting in a massive queue, just sitting there, waiting for a human being somewhere in the world to have free time to look at your ID document and say, yes, this is legitimate. It was slow, it was incredibly inefficient, and it became the biggest bottleneck in the entire project. The validator system was drowning. There were too many applications and not enough time, not enough people, not enough hours in the day. Now, the AI is doing the heavy lifting. It is reviewing applications instantly, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without needing sleep, without needing coffee breaks, without getting tired or overwhelmed by the volume. The official announcement from Pi Network says this AI integration has already cut the queue of applications waiting for human validators by 50%. Let me say that again, 50%. Half. Think about that for a second. In one move, with one single update, they cut the workload in half. This isn't a small improvement. This isn't just tweaking the system. This is a complete game changer. If you have been waiting for weeks or months, go check your app right now. Seriously, pause this video if you need to. There is a very good chance your status has already changed and you didn't even know it yet. But here's the part that's blowing my mind. Here's what makes this even more brilliant than it appears on the surface. The core team didn't just throw some basic AI at the problem yesterday and cross their fingers. They were testing this technology for months without most people even realizing what was happening. And that brings me to the secret they've been hiding in plain sight. Remember a few months ago when they rolled out something called fast-track KYC for new pioneers and non-users? Do you remember that announcement? A lot of old pioneers were furious about it, really angry. They said, "Why are the new people getting verified instantly while I've been waiting for 3 years? That's completely unfair." People felt betrayed. They felt like the core team was prioritizing new users over the loyal pioneers who had been here since day one, mining every single day for years. It felt like a slap in the face, like all that loyalty meant nothing. I saw the comments. I saw the anger. People were ready to give up. But it was actually a Trojan horse. And honestly, it was genius. Dr. Nicholas and the core team were using those new users as beta testers for this AI system. They were training the technology on them, making sure it was accurate, making sure it was secure, making sure it wouldn't make mistakes or let fake accounts slip to the cracks before they unleashed it on the main backlog where millions of you were waiting. The fast track was never meant to be unfair. It was a live test, a real-world experiment. They needed to make absolutely sure this AI could handle the pressure and deliver accurate results before they deployed it to everyone else. Think about it. If they had deployed untested AI to the standard KYC process and it started rejecting legitimate pioneers or approving fake accounts, the entire network would have been compromised. The backlash would have been massive. They couldn't afford to get it wrong. So they tested it on new users first. They watched it. They monitored the results. They fine-tuned it. They made adjustments. And guess what? It worked. The AI proved itself. It was fast, it was accurate, it was secure. And now, that same powerful technology has been integrated into the standard KYC system that all of us use to unlock migration to Mainnet. The plan was never to leave the old pioneers behind. The plan was to build the perfect tool that would save everyone. And that tool is now fully operational and processing applications as we speak. But there's an even bigger problem this AI solves, a problem that nobody outside the core team really understood until now. A problem that was threatening to keep entire countries locked out of Pi Network forever. This AI doesn't just help you get verified faster. It solves the biggest structural problem in the entire Pi Network. A problem that was completely invisible to most users, but was absolutely crippling the system. In many countries around the world, there just weren't enough human validators. The validator system relies on real people volunteering their time to review applications. But distribution was uneven, really uneven. If you lived in a country like the United States or India or Nigeria, where there were thousands of active validators, you probably got through KYC relatively quickly. But if you lived in a smaller country or a region with very few active validators, you were stuck forever. No matter how perfect your application was, no matter how legitimate you were. You could have the clearest ID photo in the world. You could follow every instruction perfectly. You could be 100% real. But if there weren't enough validators in your country or region, you were trapped. Your application just sat there for months, for years, just endless waiting. They have hundreds of millions of validation tasks to analyze. Not thousands, not millions. Hundreds of millions, individual validation tasks that have been completed since 2021 when KYC first started. They have to sort through all of that data. They have to make sure the rewards are fair and accurate. They have to figure out who did high-quality work versus who just clicked through tasks without actually reviewing them. They have to design a distribution system that won't crash when it tries to pay millions of validators at once. They have to ensure the calculation accuracy is perfect. They have to make sure the security of distributing these rewards on the Mainnet blockchain is airtight. They have to make sure nobody can game the system or steal rewards. It's not just a simple math problem. It's one of the most complex data analysis and distribution challenges in the entire cryptocurrency space. But here's the important part. Here's what you've been waiting to hear.
we have a target date now. They are targeting deployment of the first validator rewards distribution by the end of Q1 2026. That's March 2026. It's still a few months away, I know, but it's a concrete date. It's not, we're working on it. It's not coming soon. It's a specific quarter with a specific deadline. The work is happening right now as we speak. Engineers are building the distribution system. Data scientists are analyzing the validation tasks. The architecture is being designed to handle the scale. Your rewards are coming. And let me be very clear about something. You are the backbone of this network. You made this entire system possible. Without validators, there would be no KYC. Without KYC, there would be no mainnet migration. Without migration, there would be no Pi network as we know it. You will be compensated for your contribution. The core team has committed to it publicly. They've given a timeline. Now we wait for execution. Hang in there. March 2026 is not that far away. And when those rewards hit your wallet, it's going to be worth the wait. But let's zoom out for a second. Because when you look at all of these pieces together, when you connect all the dots, when you see the full picture, something becomes crystal clear. Something that should make every single pioneer pay very close attention right now. Pioneers, I want you to step back with me and look at the big picture. Look at the pattern. Look at what's happening right now, all at the same time. Why is the core team rushing to solve KYC right now with AI technology? Why are they pushing so hard to get everyone migrated as fast as possible? Why did they deploy this massive upgrade in December 2025 right before the new year? Because you cannot launch Open Mainnet if half your community is stuck in pending status. It's literally impossible. Think about it logically for a moment. If they opened Mainnet to external exchanges tomorrow, while millions of pioneers were still waiting for KYC, what would happen? Those people would be locked out. They'd miss the initial price discovery. They'd miss the first exchange listings. They'd miss the opportunity to trade. They'd be absolutely furious. The community would revolt. The project would be damaged, maybe permanently. The core team knows this. They've always known this. You can't have a successful open mainnet launch if a huge portion of your user base can't participate. This AI upgrade wasn't just a nice improvement. It was the necessary prerequisite for opening the doors to the world. It was the final piece they needed to have in place before they could move forward. And look at what else is happening right now. Look at all of the pieces falling into place simultaneously. The infrastructure is built. The blockchain is running smoothly. Millions of transactions are being processed. The network is stable. The regulations are being met. MiCA compliance in Europe is being addressed. Legal frameworks are being established. The regulatory groundwork is being laid. The partnerships are being signed. We just saw the CD Games announcement. Real companies are building real utilities on Pi Network. The ecosystem is growing. And now, the user base is being unlocked at warp speed with this AI integration. The bottleneck is gone. The floodgates are open. Every single piece is falling into place, not slowly, not gradually, not maybe someday, fast. Really fast. All happening right now. The core team also mentioned something really important in this announcement that I don't want you to miss. They talked about the long-term vision behind Pi's identity-verified blockchain. They said identity verification supports the use and development of apps and utilities in the ecosystem. It ensures the integrity of the network, and it allows the collective resources of the network to be turned into another platform-level utility with readiness for integrations by services that require verification. Do you understand what they're saying? They're not just building a cryptocurrency, they're building an identity verification platform that other services can use. Services in Web3, services in AI, services that need to verify human authenticity. This is massive. This is way bigger than just trading Pi on an exchange. This is about creating infrastructure for the future of the internet. And they're specifically mentioning AI over and over again. In this announcement, they talk about AI models, reinforcement training, verified identity for AI applications. They're positioning Pi Network at the intersection of blockchain, identity verification, and artificial intelligence, the three biggest technology trends of this decade. That's not an accident. That's strategy. That's vision. That's preparation for something much bigger than we're seeing right now. All signs point to one thing, and I want you to hear this clearly. 2026 is the year everything changes for Pi Network. Yes, we're technically on Mainnet now. Pi has even been listed on some smaller exchanges. But let's be honest about where we really are. We're still operating in what feels like an enclosed environment. The major exchanges haven't listed us yet. The real price discovery hasn't happened yet. The full global access isn't there yet. We've been building, testing, verifying, preparing, laying the foundation. But the walls are about to come down. The gates are about to fully open to the major exchanges and the wider crypto market. And when they do, when true open mainnet finally arrives with major exchange listings, the world is going to see what we've been building this entire time. They're going to see 15 million verified users. They're going to see real utilities. They're going to see partnerships. They're going to see a functioning ecosystem. The skeptics have been wrong about everything. They said Pi was a scam. They said it would never launch. They said KYC would never work at this scale. They said the core team didn't know what they were doing. Every single prediction they made has been proven wrong, and they're about to be proven wrong one final time. So, what do you need to do right now? What are the concrete steps? If you are still stuck in pending status, check your app daily. I'm completely serious. Check it every single day. The AI is processing applications around the clock. Your approval could come at any moment.
The AI doesn't care what country you live in. It doesn't care if your region has 0 validators or 10,000 validators. It processes applications based on the quality of the submission, not the availability of local volunteers. It solves the validator shortage overnight. It unblocks migrations in regions that had been completely stalled for years. Countries that had almost given up hope are suddenly seeing approvals. And it does something else crucial that a lot of people aren't talking about. It actually protects your privacy better than the old system did. With the AI reviewing the documents first, human validators see less of your personal information overall. The AI handles the initial screening and the routine checks, and only the edge cases that need extra scrutiny get sent to humans. It's faster, and it's actually safer for your personal data. The official announcement specifically mentions this. It says the AI reduces the amount of KYC application information displayed to human validators. And remember, any really sensitive data was already being redacted anyway, but now there's an extra layer of privacy protection. But here's the question I know everyone's asking right now. What about the human validators? Are they out of a job now? Did the AI just replace thousands of people who have been working for years? No. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where you see the long-term vision. The core team was very clear about this in their announcement. The AI is set to be very conservative in its approach. Those are their exact words, very conservative. What does that mean? It means if the AI is not 100% certain about something, if there's any doubt whatsoever, it immediately sends the application to a human validator for review. The AI is programmed to err on the side of caution. Humans are still absolutely needed for the tricky cases, for the edge cases, for the situations where judgment and context and experience matter. The AI isn't replacing human intelligence. It's filtering out the obvious approvals so humans can focus on the complex situations.
Think about it this way. Before, validators were spending hours and hours looking at perfectly clear ID photos, straightforward cases, just clicking approve over and over again. It was necessary work, but it was exhausting and time-consuming. Now, they aren't drowning in easy routine approvals anymore. They can focus their energy and attention on the cases that actually need human judgment. The cases where the AI says, "I'm not sure, I need a human to look at this." Their time is freed up, their skills are being used more efficiently. And here's where it gets really exciting. The core team hinted at something massive for the future in this announcement, something that could transform the entire ecosystem. They said this army of human validators, these millions who have been trained to review documents and verify identity and make judgment calls, can now be allocated to new work opportunities in the ecosystem, new types of utilities. They specifically mentioned things like providing human feedback to AI models or working on reinforcement training products. These are cutting-edge technologies. These are valuable skills. These are jobs that didn't even exist a few years ago. We are turning our human resources into a new utility for the network. The validators aren't being replaced, they're being upgraded. They're being given the opportunity to do more meaningful, more valuable work. This is the Pi vision in action, using collective human resources to build something bigger. And the proof that this is all working? Let's look at the actual numbers, because these numbers are absolutely exploding and the skeptics don't want you to see them. According to the latest official update from the core team, released just recently, 17.5 million pioneers have now fully passed KYC. Let me repeat that, 17.5 million. That's 17.5 million real, verified human beings. Not bots, not fake accounts, real people with real identities. And get this, 15.7 million pioneers have already migrated their Pi to Mainnet. That means their coins are on the blockchain. They're real. They're live. They're no longer just numbers in a testing environment. They're actual cryptocurrency sitting in Mainnet wallets. That is a massive army. That is more verified crypto users than almost any other network on Earth. Let that sink in. Bitcoin doesn't have 15 million verified users. Ethereum doesn't have 15 million verified users. Most cryptocurrencies that have been around for 10 years don't have anywhere close to this many verified identity-confirmed participants. And with this AI upgrade, those numbers are going to go vertical in the next few weeks. We're talking exponential growth now that the main bottleneck has been removed. The dam is breaking, the floodgates are opening, and millions more pioneers are about to join the mainnet migration. But wait, there's something else really important in this update. Something that applies to about 3 million of you watching right now. There are still approximately 3 million pioneers who are in tentative KYC status. You've done most of the work, but you need to complete one more simple step. You need to submit the additional liveness checks in the app. If that's you, if your status says tentative KYC, please listen carefully. You can unblock yourself right now, today. You don't need to wait for anyone. You don't need approval from a validator. You just need to open the app and complete those liveness checks. It takes maybe 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes between you and full KYC approval. 5 minutes between you and mainnet migration. Don't be the person who waits another 6 months when all you had to do was open the app and follow the simple instructions. The system is ready for you. The AI is waiting. Just complete that final step. And once you're fully KYC'd, make sure you complete the Mainnet checklist. Set up your Mainnet wallet. Enable two-factor authentication to secure it. Sign the terms for receiving tokens. Do all the steps. Don't leave it half-finished. We are rapidly approaching the critical mass needed for open Mainnet. The biggest obstacle, the human bottleneck that's been slowing us down for years, has just been removed by machine learning. The roadblock is gone. But there's one group of people who deserve recognition right now. One group who has been working for years, doing millions of validations without seeing a single Pi in rewards. And the core team finally gave us an update about them that I think will bring some relief. Now, for the validators who have been working hard for years without getting paid, the core team finally gave us a real update. Not vague promises, not soon, a real timeline. I know you are frustrated. I see your comments every day. I see your messages. You have done millions of validations for free. You've spent countless hours, maybe even thousands of hours, reviewing applications, helping other pioneers get verified, unblocking people's migrations, and you haven't been compensated yet. It's been years, and you have every right to be frustrated about that. The core team explained in detail why it's taking so long, and honestly, when you understand the scale of what they're dealing with, it makes sense.
If you are in tentative KYC status, stop reading this and go complete those liveness checks right now. Don't wait, don't procrastinate. You're literally one step away from full approval. 5 minutes of your time, that's all it takes. If you are already fully KYC'd but haven't migrated yet, complete that Mainnet checklist immediately. Set up your Mainnet wallet, enable two-factor authentication. This is not optional. Your security is critical. If you are already migrated to Mainnet, this is your time to get serious. Make absolutely sure your passphrase is backed up safely. Not on your phone, not in a screenshot. Write it down, put it somewhere secure. If you lose that passphrase, your Pi is gone forever. Nobody can recover it for you. Make sure you understand how to use your wallet. Practice sending small amounts if you need to. Get comfortable with the interface, because when Open Mainnet launches and exchanges list Pi, things are going to move incredibly fast. This is not the time to be unprepared. This is not the time to be lazy about security. This is the time to get everything in order. The finish line is in sight. We can see it now. After 4 years of mining, after years of waiting, after years of doubt and criticism and people saying it would never happen, we're almost there. This AI deployment wasn't just a technical upgrade. It was a signal. It was the core team telling us they're ready. They're ready to scale. They're ready to open the doors. They're ready to show the world what Pi Network really is. The KYC bottleneck that has been holding us back for years is broken. The dam has burst. The migration is accelerating, and Open Mainnet is coming faster than anyone expected. Pioneers, we are in the endgame now. Everything we've been working toward for years is about to happen. The skeptics laughed at us. They called us delusional. They said we were wasting our time mining a worthless token that would never be real. But we held, we believed in the vision, we trusted the process, we kept mining every day even when it seemed like nothing was happening. Yes, we are on Mainnet. Yes, Pi is listed on some exchanges, but we all know we're still waiting for the real moment. The moment when the major exchanges list Pi. The moment when real global liquidity happens. The moment when true price discovery begins. And now, we're about to see that moment arrive. 17.5 million verified users, 15.7 million migrated to Mainnet. An AI system processing KYC applications 24/7, partnerships being announced, regulations being met, infrastructure being built. This isn't hopium. This isn't speculation. This is fact. This is reality. This is happening right now. 2026 is going to be the year that changes everything. Mark my words. So smash that like button if you are relieved that the KYC nightmare is finally ending. Hit subscribe because the news is only going to get bigger from here. Turn on notifications because you don't want to miss the next update. We are entering the final phase, the phase we've been waiting for since 2019, the phase where Pi Network stops being partially accessible and becomes fully open to the world on major exchanges. We won, pioneers. We held through the doubt, we held through the criticism, we held through the endless waiting, and now we're about to see the payoff. Stay strong, stay vigilant, get your security in order. Complete your KYC if you haven't, finish your migration if you're approved, get ready. Because when true Open Mainnet arrives with major exchange listings, when the big exchanges start listing Pi, when real price discovery starts moving, you don't want to be the person scrambling to figure out what to do. You want to be ready, you want to be prepared, you want to be in position. I'll see you tomorrow with more updates. The journey isn't over yet, but we're so close now, so incredibly close. Keep mining, keep believing, keep pushing forward. We're almost there.